Hi, I'm Briana. I am the Adult Services Programming Assistant here at the Burbank Library, and it's February, which means that it's Black History Month. And here at the library, we know that Black history is American history, and we think that it's important to read a diverse range of authors year-round. But for February, we really do want to highlight some awesome Black authors that we have in our collection, and that's what I'm really excited to do today. The first book I have is Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. So Stevenson is the executive director at EJI, which is the Equal Justice Initiative in Montgomery, Alabama. And he details his work in getting the wrongly convicted off of death row and out of prison. And then he also talks about the cruelty of the death penalty and the cruelty of life sentences for minors. This book is really heartbreaking. It's really eye-opening to the unjust aspects of our justice system. And throughout the book, he talks about multiple cases that he worked on when first starting EJI, but he goes back to the story of Walter, who is a Black man who was convicted of a crime, a murder that he did not commit. And he talks about the lengths that the police department went to in order to get that conviction against Walter. So Just Mercy can be found in our nonfiction collection. And if it sounds familiar, that's because in 2019, it was released as a film, and you can actually find that movie in our DVD collection as well. The next book I have is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram Kendi. So in this book, Ibram Kendi discusses the concept of anti-racism. And being anti-racist is not simply saying that you think racism is bad or that you're not racist, but it's really actively working towards racial equity and towards dismantling the oppressive systems in our country and really confronting the prejudices that we all hold within ourselves. So if you're looking to educate yourself more on racism in our country and really open your mind to that, this is a really great place to start, and you can find this book in our nonfiction section as well. The next book is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Chloe is a computer geek who's really looking to rack up some more life experiences, and in order to do that, she makes a very detailed list for herself. And despite her very detailed list, she's really struggling with her follow-through. So she enlists the help of someone she thinks can help her, and she thinks that he can help her because she's done some slight spying on him. And she seemed to learn a lot about him, and she thinks that there is a lot more to him than meets the eye. And in getting to spend more time with him while he's helping her with her list, she learns even more about him that she could have never learned by the slight spying, stalking that she had been doing previously. So this is a really fun contemporary romance novel, and you can find this one in our adult fiction section. And if you enjoy it, this is actually number 1 of a series, and there's a second book already out, so you should check it out too. The last book that I have for you is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. So in The Underground Railroad, Whitehead uses the concept of the Underground Railroad that was the historic route of escape for slaves during slavery, and he turns that into an actual railroad that is underneath Southern soil. It's a collection of secret tracks and tunnels that are being operated in order to bring slaves to freedom. And so this book follows Cora, who is escaping from her plantation in search of freedom, and it details the racism and the injustice that she faces on her journey and the fear that she has because there's a slave catcher who is trying to find her and take her back to the plantation. So again, this is by Colson Whitehead. It can be found in our adult fiction section, and there are other novels by Colson Whitehead that you can find over there as well. So that was all the books that I have for you today. We'll be sharing books by Black authors all month long on our social media accounts. So if you're looking for other great titles and authors to add to your reading list, that's going to be where you want to look. Happy Black History Month, and thanks for watching.